Hello, book besties. What is up? What is good? This is part 2 of the Legacy of God series. I'm so excited to get into it. I hope you guys like it. And I look crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I look crazy through a lot of it. Coffee and cigarettes ain't done me well. Luckily, I quit, but the stains was there, girl. So I was like, you know what? I need to get some teeth whitener. I've been using it for the past couple days. It looks significantly better. I mean, it's not perfect, but on we go. I really want to say that the second half of this series was chef's kiss. So good. I just realized my daughter's making all kinds of noises. Oh well, if you love me, you gotta love her. We're a package deal, okay? So, guys, don't be mad at me. I went an entire book and didn't update you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And it was Landon's book, so I know, like, we were all sitting here like, is Gigi gonna love it? Is Gigi not gonna love it? Like, what's going on? Well, I loved it. I ate that shit up. Let me tell you something. I did not expect to like Landon. I hated him for the majority of the rest of the books. But like, y'all know I'm a sucker for an artist. And then his mind. He's so smart, but like so demented. You know, because he's literally a psychopath. Mia is amazing. I love her to death. She's a baddie. She's a very, very strong female character. I love it. I'll give you guys like a little synopsis. Basically, Nikolai is Mia's older brother. And during the whole shit that went down in Creight's story, which if you've read it, you know, Nikolai ended up getting hurt. It was sort of technically Landon's fault. So Mia like came up with this plot to avenge her brother. That is how they cross paths again, because they crossed paths in the first book, I believe, Killian and Glendon's story. At that point, I think he just insulted her or something, and she was like, oh, I'm gonna beat this guy up. From that point on, there's basically this, it kind of started a war between the two that then led to an obsession. Landon wore her down, man. He learned sign language for her, like, what? Imagine someone wanting you so bad that they learn an entire language for you. This is why we can't accept bare minimum, people. Come on. We got motherfuckers out here learning whole languages. You can't even get me flowers. Fuck you. Did I like the ending? I liked the epilogues. I think for the past couple of books, we're really just sitting there looking at a few weeks ahead of all the events that just happened. This one was like, I think 2 years down the road, and it's beautiful and it's magnificent and I loved it. I loved it. I feel like this tends to happen a lot with the Rena books that I've read. We have villains that I'm like, who are you even? Also, I would like to talk about the romance between Landon and Mia and how tame it was in Creight's story. Creigh has been a beast, okay? Out of all the men that we've seen so far, Creigh has been the most unhinged lover, and I absolutely love it. But it really made it seem like Landon was into the super hardcore stuff in Creight's book. And we didn't see any of that here. So I'm a little confused. It was a little tame, but done so well. The tension built. I liked the chemistry. Landon is just so great. 10 out of 10. Do recommend. I will see you guys because I'm about to update you on God of Fury. This is too much. So first of all, I would like to say I'm already loving this book. Firstly, why the fuck does everything start at the initiation? Like every book except for Killian and Glendon's has started at this fucking initiation. Like, why did everybody just happen to be at the same place at the same time and nobody knew? Secondly, Nikolai is the level of unhinged that I think I am, but would never actually have like the balls to act upon. You know what I'm saying? Nikolai said Delulu is the Salulu. How are you gonna fucking say here? You have no idea whether Brandon actually likes men or not. If he doesn't, I'm gonna make him. Like, what? Nikolai, no, that's not how shit works. Right now, currently, Nikolai is stalking Brandon. Yeah, it's a vibe. What the fuck? Yo, Nikolai won't stop. He won't stop. Why does every character have problems? Like, all these characters are so fucking unhinged. Every one of them should be in jail right now. Jail or a mental hospital. Effective immediately. Brandon's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and I thought he was super sweet. I thought he was like, you know, just a good guy. Something ain't right. There's a darkness in him. So Nikolai, in the middle, you know, of his stalking escapades, Brandon's making out with this girl, and I'm not gonna go too deep into what's going on, but He's making out with this girl. And Nikolai is like, okay. Like, you're making out with this girl just to make me jealous, whatever. Nikolai proceeds to grab his junk, grab his dingaling, and mouths to Brandon. They make eye contact, okay? So Brandon knows he's there. Make eye contact, and he's like, you want to help me take care of this? And Brandon, like, goes bug-eyed and like, what the fuck? Yeah, he walks away from the situation. I mean, just wild. Nikolai, no chill. All right, everyone. We are taking a long walk to the trash can, but I would like to update you guys. The tension is building, guys. The tension is building. Turns out Brandon might not be so straight. Something happened to Killian, and he was brought back to the house. But who brought him back? Obviously Glendon. And who came with Glendon? Brandon. And then Nikolai was there, and crazy stuff happened. There was a kiss shared, and I can't get into any more detail, but we'll see what ends up happening with that. What the fuck? Okay. I just read the most, I feel like I shouldn't even be talking about it. That was crazy. Oh my God, daddy boys. Daddy boys, and in public too. The only thing is like, they were both intoxicated, so I don't really know how I felt about that. Not Brandon trying to convince himself it was a dream. Nobody, sorry. Brandon, Bookie, are you okay? Are you good? Brandon is currently in the midst of losing his shit right now. Okay, concern confirmed. Homeboy just punched himself in the fucking face. Like, just decked himself. Like, what are you? Stop it. Stop choosing violence, Brandon. It's not okay. Look, you just had a little fun. A little night out. Just like everybody else, okay? It's okay. Just breathe. Calm down. Guys, somebody get Brandon some help. What is going on? This is so different from like sweet little Brandon. Oh my God, what is going on? He's like bleeding himself out in the sink. You know what's crazy is like Landon was saying that in the last book. He was like, oh, that you have something like caged, or you're holding something back, or some shit. I don't fucking know, but I mean, I just thought maybe it was that, you know, that he was in the closet and, you know, he didn't want anybody to know that he was gay, but apparently it goes way deeper than that. I feel bad for Brandon. I need to know what happened. What shifted, and at what point did it shift? Was it in his childhood? Was it teens? I mean, I guess with a brother like Landon, bound to have some problems. I'm just saying. Yes! Nikolai left his mark. Nikolai left 2 hickeys on Brandon. I'm so dead. You just had to make sure, A, you didn't forget that he was there, and B, that's mine's. I love it. I should probably update you guys before I keep going and get lost in the sauce. Y'all remember that girl that Brandon was kissing? Her name is Clara, and Nikolai decided to get his revenge. He goes and he sends, there's some vacuuming going on and I hope you can't hear that, sends a picture to Brandon and is like, get here in 20 minutes to this address or else you will be getting a video of her riding my pony. He doesn't say pony, he says something else, but Brandon arrives and it's a fucking penthouse, okay? And while he's snooping, he sees that Nikolai is naked and Clara's got her grubby ass hands all over his man. Well, Brandon doesn't really want to admit that that's how he feels, but this is kind of the catalyst for Brandon finally coming to terms with the way he feels about Nikolai. He grabs Clara by the fucking hair. Poor Clara, man. Like, she has been manhandled all night. To some extent, like, I don't feel bad for her because she did some kind of grimy ass shit, but obviously him and Nikolai, Brandon and Nikolai, do some things. That was so funny to me because it's like Nikolai really played the Uno reverse card. Let's talk about this fucking penthouse, all right? They are often very spicy up in that penthouse, okay? Nikolai reveals something to us. He starts thinking to himself, about the fact that he bought the fucking penthouse so Brandon wouldn't feel uncomfortable, you know, because he's still in the closet. He didn't want Brandon to be paranoid about anybody finding out about them. So he was like, yep, I'm buying this penthouse for me and my mans. Bitch, what? Excuse me? I'm really, really loving the story so far. I love their connection. They are so cute, so dramatic. They have this banter that just, it makes you want to like kick your feet up and giggle, you know? I'm excited to see what happens. Right now, they're not in a good place. And I'm like, no, please stop. But I don't think they're done. Can confirm Brandon does need psychological assistance. I mean, so does Nikolai. Let's be honest, they're both fucking bonkers. They're gone. Hopefully they both end up going to therapy at some point. Hi guys, it has been a long fucking day. It's that time of month and TMI, I'm currently in hell. But you know what's been helping me feel a lot better? This book. These two men are so fucking obsessed with each other and I'm so obsessed with them. I don't know what it is about their dynamic that has me eating out of the palm of their hand, but I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about it. So let's talk about it. They got into a little bit of a spat and they weren't talking for some time. It was a bit of a wake-up call for Brandon specifically because Brandon's really the one who's hitting the brakes left and right at every turn. Nikolai's been ready to settle down, ready to be exclusive, ready to take it to the next level, ready to go public, and Brandon's like, no, sir. Nikolai wasn't having none of that. He was like, go play with somebody else, bitch. Like I said, wake up call for Brandon when he realized that he missed the shit out of Nikolai. They, you know, kiss and made up. Currently, I think I'm almost 70% into the book. I think I'm like 66% or something. And I'm just waiting for the shoe to drop, you know? I'm at that point in the book where it's like, okay, what's the conflict here? Because yes, we had a mini conflict, but something is not sitting with me, right? Something in my soul is telling me shit's about to hit the fan. Yo, I can't do this. Like, I'm gonna try not to have tears in this one as well, but shit, if it happens, it fucking happens. What also tells me that shit is about to hit the fan is if we're looking at the timeline of things, all the stories are kind of interlinked. In order for Mia's story to make sense, there was a scene where Mia basically had to call Brandon in order to back up one of her stories, but it almost seemed like Nikolai and Brandon, there was tension, like they hadn't spoken. And if the current story progresses the way it's been going, there's literally no way that that event in Mia's story could have occurred. Brandon is definitely in need of some serious intervention. You know, I'm actually genuinely worried for him. I mean, I know they're fictional characters. Bear with me, they're real in my head. I joked about Cecily and all these other people, which they did have traumatic backgrounds and very red flag behavior. But as far as life or death, Brandon seems to be teetering on that line. And I don't like it. I don't like his bad habits. I'm super excited to keep going, but like, I'm so nervous. It's 5 in the fucking morning. I have got to do better. I would hate to jump the gun, but so far so good. Well, okay. It's not great, but it's not the worst. Currently, right now, Brandon is coming out. Yes, he is. I know. We're all super excited. Everybody's accepting him with open arms. It seems that Mia's conversation with Brandon and Nikolai, like that whole situation in Mia's book never happened in this one. So, okay, whatever. There's still a little more than 100 pages left of this book. God damn, this book is a long ass book. I'm not gonna lie to you. My biggest thing is I want to know how things are gonna end up with Landon. The whole situation is just kind of crazy, but I'm like, Landon doesn't even have a right to be upset because Nikolai might be with his brother, but you're with Nikolai's sister. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit makes no sense. None. We'll see, because there's a lot of bad blood between the two of them, and yeah, it can't be good. But you know what that means? It can be good for us because drama. Not they're on a fucking date. They're on a fucking date, and he went into detail about this seagull that was sitting there glaring at Nikolai apparently, and then squawked at him and flapped his arms around, throwing a tantrum. And that's quoted, okay? For some reason, my brain did not process that we were talking about the seagull. I thought Bran was doing all that. I cried. I was like, why the fuck is Bran glaring at him and squawking? And then I just like, in my head, I was seeing him like flap his arms around. Oh my God. It's too funny. And then I reread the paragraph and I was like, oh, okay. It's the fucking seagull. Now that I've collected myself a bit, the shoe never fucking dropped. We had this moment and it was exactly like the first time. They just stopped talking and then they were like, oh, I miss you. But they were mad at each other. It wasn't as dramatic as I thought it was gonna be, or at least as dramatic as I'm used to with Rena Kent. So I was like, oh, okay. This is pretty normal couple stuff. Interesting. We still don't know anything about Bran, his whole shit going on. Like what happened? Trust me, Nikolai's trying to break down the walls, okay? Nikolai showed up in true Rena Kent fashion. At the house. Showed up at Bran's parents' house, because that's what they do. Every single one of them has done that. Jeremy, Landon showed up. Did Creigh? No, Creigh just kidnapped Annika. Creigh broke the mold. I'm telling you, that's why I love him. Yeah, he showed up, and of course, Mr. Levi, Brandon's father, super overprotective, hated him because he had tattoos, apparently, and he looked like a gangster. Oh my God, not fucking Nikolai got a tattoo saying property of B King. And my ass was sitting here like Burger King. Bitch. And here's the fucking shoe. God, why? I knew it. I knew it. Did I expect it to be this late into the book? No. I swear to fucking God. Rena Kent. You better fix this shit. You better fix this shit right fucking now, because I'm not fucking playing. Okay, it's fine. Oh my God, I want to fucking puke right now. I will see you guys when this book ends, because there's only one more chapter. And I'm terrified. Okay, because if it ends here, I'm not gonna be okay. All right, guys, my romance novel Cherry has officially been popped. Did I love the ending? Yes. Did I like the ending before the ending? No. How did the villain of the story incriminate themselves? Like send incriminating evidence to someone who was clearly going to expose them. Like, what are you doing? Landon and Nikolai. Oh my God. The duo I didn't even know I needed. When those two teamed together and things happened, I was like, they make such a great team. They're so unhinged. I love it. This book, I did rate it 5 stars. Okay. Were there things that weren't completely cohesive in the story? Absolutely. But the connection between Nikolai and Brandon was literally so good. It just didn't even matter. They might even rival Annika and Creigh for me. And y'all know I loved Annika and Creigh. I think I wrote on my review on Goodreads, I was like, I would die for them. And it's no less true. This book exceeded my expectations and more. And I can't believe that Rena actually waited that long for the shoe to drop, y'all, because I was like, something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. And we got like 1 chapter left. I'm like, shit still ain't happened. What's going on? I honestly thought she was gonna drop a whole not happy ending on me, and I wasn't ready for that. Look, I'm not gonna give away too much. I will say this. There's not a funeral at the end of the book. I will say that. Say that I'm excited about Eli and Ava's story next is the understatement of the century. First of all, Eli is Crayton's brother. It makes sense, I guess, why I'm like, already head over heels for this dude. Not the brother also. Gigi, come on now. Let's hope that this is another 5-star because I am super excited and I really do not want to be disappointed by this book. Please, 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 please. I have been waiting to read this entire series. I have been waiting. Fingers crossed, guys. What in the ever living shit is going on right now? I'm 12% into the book and I'm so confused. Ava, we start off and she's in the club. We're in the same timeline as the rest of the other books, okay? She's getting lit. She's getting turned. She fucked up like some sort of cello competition or whatever. So she's drowning away her sorrows. Eli's there. They have like this whole like sexual tension, hate relationship. It's been shown throughout all the books. Things are a lot more tense than I thought initially. I don't know what happened between them yet, but what the fuck? So Eli confronts her and he's like, look, don't go home with anyone. Just go home. Stop being easy. I was like, oh. She's like, fuck you, I do what I want. So she ended up making plans to go to an after party. Gets in the car. Some weird ass cars following her. Screeching, crashing, that's it. And then we wake up in the hospital 2 years later. What the fuck? All of a sudden, 2 years have gone by and she's married to Eli. Eli is hiding something. Apparently, the incident that sent her to the hospital was her falling down a flight of steps. Her sister knows something too, because her sister ended up having some sort of secret conversation with Eli. Things are looking sus. I'm like, wait, did Eli push her down the fucking steps, bro? That would be awful. I know I said Cecily might be the most unhinged. She has traumas that make her act the way that she does. Ava, there's something in her chemical makeup that regardless of trauma or not, she's gone. She's a little cuckoo, okay? She sees shit. I don't know. You sucked me in, Rena Kent. You sucked me in because clearly, what do you want to do when you don't know shit? Figure it out, right? Eli is doing a real good job at making me fucking hate him right now. Apparently this was a marriage of convenience, which I don't buy. There's a lot of sketchy ass shit. Eli's hiding something. He's calling up the people at the house. He's like, hey, yo, hide shit. Like, make sure she can't see anything. Ava has had her first flashback of Eli threatening her, like telling her to shut the fuck up. Wild. It's very clear that this relationship is not really a relationship. Eli is never around. He's a dick. He's such a dick. I mean, but I like him like that. One thing I really like about their dynamic, though, is Ava does not back down. She is just as irritating to him as he is to her. Basically, whatever she does, he does back tenfold, and then she'll do it back 20-fold. Truly, this doesn't even feel like the same series. We've never really even seen Ava, which, now that I think about it, might explain a lot for the setup of this book. If she's constantly always intoxicated, running away from her problems, doing really shitty things, she was only ever there for like comedic relief. So Rena kind of had a blank slate and was able to create her story because she wasn't ever really around. Why did they end up getting married? A random day 2 years ago. He just like, marry me? Like, what? As far as like Ava's hallucinations, she's also slipping into these episodes where she's just not there. It's not her, according to Eli. Ava pushes and pushes and pushes, and we love when Eli snaps. Okay, Ava runs into an old, like a high school sweetheart, basically. She decides to provoke Eli and pretend that she's going to kiss her high school sweetheart. His name is Vance. I don't know if that will be important later, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you a name. Eli intervened real quick. Then off to the bathroom she goes. He follows her. They get into a fight. Then they do nasty stuff on the sink. I was like, is nobody gonna walk into the bathroom? Is this a one stall? Like, what is happening? And then he shoves her underwear in her mouth and takes a picture. I would be mortified. This bitch is so fucking petty. I love it. Okay, so Eli ends up doing the deed with her in a jealous rage because he swears that she cheated. Did not happen. He popped her cherry. Cool. She wakes up in the morning to a plan B. Goes ballistic. Don't know why. It's a trigger. She puts on, she's damn near naked. Okay, let's just put it like that. And shows up to his job. Shit, I want my man to freaking bathe me after a long day and then tuck me in. Like, Eli is kind of a sweetheart. We're doing a little too much with that one, but he likes to act like he doesn't care about Ava. That motherfucker's in love, and you cannot convince me otherwise. They are so cute. They just keep fighting it though. Like, tell me why they fucked, got into a fight, and then Ava woke up the next morning, still angry at him, but made him breakfast, and then told Sam, the housemaid, to say that she made it instead, so he wouldn't know. Y'all are, stop it. So as you can see, I'm popping in to just let you know, like I'm trying to read through this because time is ticking. I got other videos to make. We're 68% of the way through and Landon has shown up. He's about to start some shit. Apparently he knows something about Eli and Ava and this whole situation. Something that Ava has conveniently forgotten. Boy, oh boy, you gotta love when Landon comes in and causes chaos. It's so good. It's so weird because again, this is set 2 years in the future. So everybody's like out of college, living their lives. We barely get to see really any of them. Whereas when they were in uni, they were constantly all around each other. You get cameos of them here and there. It's really just focused on Ava and her deteriorating mental health and Eli and their relationship. It's good. It's a good book, but I'm missing... My God, I'm getting emotional. But no, for real, I'm missing the uni days and I'm kind of sad about it. I have a feeling the shoe's about to drop. I don't know if you ever get like anxiety while you're reading because you know something's like coming. Fuck. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry during this book, aren't I? Fuck. So Ava's situation is like a lot worse. I really thought she's just psychosis, which I don't really know a lot about that, so I'm not gonna claim that I do. I thought it was more just like hallucinations, everything like that, but she is slowly losing her memory and control of her mind. She had like a little impromptu meeting with her therapist that she's not supposed to have without Eli apparently, and asked her therapist, will I ever be well enough to have kids? That's her dream, like she wants that's not like her dream, but you know, she does want to have kids eventually. And her therapist doesn't say anything and her heart shatters and my heart shattered for her. Oh my God, this poor girl. Look me in the eye. I'm not crying, I swear. I'm not gonna be well after this book. I'm not gonna be well after this book. Fuck me. I just wanna give her a hug and tell her that everything's gonna be okay, but I don't even know if everything's gonna be okay. Eli seems to care, so anything about him throwing her down the stairs, I don't think happened. I mean, I don't know, but he's giving off, I'm her protector, I love her kind of vibes. Eli's good? By the way, Eli's great. I just want to say that. He may or may not have stabbed a man in his hand. Hold on, before he goes go crazy. Because he suggested having a night with his wife, aka Ava. We love that. Bitch, not he gifted her a whole island. What the fuck? I'm not gonna lie, I'm jelly. Yeah, I'm a little jealous, okay? She was having a breakdown about the whole kid situation and he noticed that she just needed a break. So he took her away to this island that used to belong to her grandmother. He was like, well, it's yours. If you want it, it's yours. The fuck? Like, imagine being wealthy enough to gift an island. What? Imagine being rich enough to have an island. Oh my God, these people are so rich. And I'm here like envisioning in my head the house. It's just like a normal fucking house. I'm like, no. This is old money, Gigi. This is old money. Dream bigger, girl. But anyway, yeah. So that was cute or whatever. I want an island. I officially fucking hate Vance. So he goes and tells Ava right now that apparently he believes that Eli blackmailed her because of some guy that disappeared that she was friends with in uni. Her memory is coming back. And I am currently on the chapter where the shoe is about to fucking drop, bitch. And I don't know if I can handle it. I will check back in after everything has happened. And I will let you know my mental state afterwards. I'm freaking out. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I really hope Eli's not bad, please. Please. And I also really hope that she does not fall apart. Come on, Ava girl, you got this. I'm not gonna survive this. Oh my God. This whole shit is a fucking mess. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what I can say without giving anything away, but shit hit the fan. I feel bad for everyone all the way around. Fucking Ava and her mental health, Eli and his feelings, how much he's had to bottle up, what he's had to deal with, what Ava's had to deal with, what she's going to have to deal with, how this decision that they're making right now is affecting their lives. Oh my God. It's just so awful. I fucking hate it here. I'm trying to hold in all my tears because mama ain't raised no bitch and I've cried way too much during the series. I'm done. Rena Kent, you've gotten the last tear from me you will ever get. Did you like that? Did you like that little journey? I know you did. Well, now that you've come and joined me again, I can't speak on anything that happened for the rest of God of War. Literally, not one single thing can come out of my mouth because every single thing will be a spoiler. And I'm not going to do that to you. Want to talk about the God of War book with me? She was like, girl, the ending was crazy. Kalila, you have no business reading books like that. The ending of this book, I love. I absolutely love it to death, and I wish I could speak more on it. All I can say is I'm very, very glad Ava did what she needed to do. She took shit into her own hands. I'm very proud of her. I think this is the only heroine I can say took her shit seriously and did what she needed to do, like I said. You can't touch those cables. Cannot eat them, Kalila. I'm actually very sad to be done with this series. I'm so glad that Rena Kent posted, literally as I'm finishing the series, she posted that she's going to make another book in this series about Caleb and Gareth. And oh my God, when I tell you, they had their little introduction in God of Fury, and I was in love. I was like, please, where's their book? We need another romance. Like, come on now. She's got some big shoes to fill in because her first one did so well. Literally everybody and their freaking mom loves God of Fury. She cannot slack on this one because we will come for her. I'm going to start a new series. It was a request and I have to read the rest of the books anyway. So the next one is The Salacious Players Club or something by Sarah Kate. Oh, I love Sarah Kate. And I'm this close. You hear her say mama? Yes. What's up, baby? What you need? I'm this close to buying the audiobook because, oh my God. Brandon Francis plays one of the guys in Madam, and his voice, it speaks to my soul. So I don't know. I'm tempted. I'll see you guys in a couple days when I post my October TBR, which is late as fuck, but I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye, bestie.